Hello guys, this is Ryan Miller. I wanted to go through and show you how to set up your gradebook. So in a previous video you learned about the categories, and you will need those as we go in and set this stuff up. If you need any additional categories, you may not have needed any, and that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the class that I'm going to be fooling with. And I'm going to go to settings and then traditional grade calculations. For now, nearly everybody in the district can ignore the standards grade calculations. We're going to be doing traditional. And you can see that when we first go in, this is what you see for each of the terms. And notice that there's a little warning on these three that you have not officially got these set up yet as the teacher. So you will also note that for F1, term weighting is selected with no warning. We actually set this up for you at the district level, and we can go in here and look at this and see how this is set up. So I'm going to hit the pencil, and you can see it's set to term weighting, Q1 40, Q2 40, and then E1 20. This is our standard F1 calculation for grades in Orange County schools for secondary. But you're going to say, Ryan, I don't have an E1. That's okay. If you happen not to have an E1 exam, if you're a middle school teacher, then you can just ignore this. You don't even have to make any changes. What will happen is that Q1 will be 50% and Q2 will be 50%, and it will ignore E1. No changes needed here. It'll be automatic, okay? So we're going to hit save here. And then let's look at Q1 and get that set up. So you see that it's defaulted to total points, but it still has a blurb it here, and so you may or may not be total points. So let's say you are total points. You would literally just have to go in here and leave this as total points, and you really don't even have to change that, but I like it to match. And just hit save, and you will see the little warning goes away and it's left at total points. But what if your category? So category, this is where we're going to get a chance to put in all of our different groups, assignment categories. And so I'll start off with classwork here. That's going to be 10% of my F1 grade. And then I'll hit the little plus. Category weights. And let's say projects are going to be 25. Got to throw some quizzes in there. Quiz is going to be 10%. Category weights again, homework, 10%. Let's see, that gets me up to 35, 45, 55. And then I'm going to make assessments. I think that's going to be 45. I'll mouse click down here. Yep. Alright, so once I get my weights put in and they match up to 100%, then the percents will equal over here to the right. And they don't have to, of course. If you want to just weight, if you wanted to weight it as ones, let's say this was worth 1 here, you wanted projects to be 5 times as much, that would be a 1, that would be a 1, and let's say this was going to be like a 4. It will actually go through and weight those grades if you want to do it that way. But if you're like me, you like having the actual information in there. I forgot what I had in there now. Just put back 30, 10, 10, and is that going to be 40? Yep. All right. So you see you get it like you want it, and then you can hit save. Now it says category weights. All right. Here's your time saver. Once you have a term like Q1 set up, we can copy that around. Alright, so I'm going to hit the gear up here at the top. I'm going to copy the traditional within the class. Yes, I'm going to be doing it from civics, Q1, and I'm copying Q1, and I'm going to copy that to Q2. Notice I didn't select E1, only Q2. We're going to have a different setup for E1, and I'll show you that in just a second. So I hit validate. It tells me what it's getting ready to do. Hit copy. And I now have Q2 just like Q1. So I can hit the pencil here and you can see that set up. Okay, I'll close that out. Now, one more step. It is best practice in Gradebook, PowerTeacher Pro, that if you're going to use category weights, use category weights in all of the sub-terms. So I'm going to switch this to category, tell this to be exam, and give it 100. But it could also be 1 as well, it doesn't matter. But I like having 100 there. Hit save. Alright, now I have it set up for civics and economics. I have 3 other courses. So let's copy them over. So I'm going to go to copy. This time, instead of clicking on within a class, I'm going to click on another class. What term am I going to be copying? I'm going to be copying from semester 1. Class is going to be civics and economics. And I'm going to be copying it to semester 1. What classes? I'm going to do the other 3 classes. I want them all to be the same. So I want to check them all. But note here, you could just do 1 if you just had 1 other course the same, or 2. It's completely adjustable by you. Hit validate. It's going to tell me what it's getting ready to do. Yep, looks good. Copy. And now I have copied my grade set up to all my courses for this term. Notice that you can copy from one term to another term. So if you had semester 1 and need to copy it to semester 2, or even if you had, you could even copy from, say, Q1 stuff to another term as well. But in any case, we're all set up here now, and we're good to go. Okay, now a couple other things I wanted to show you. So I'm going to go back to the home screen. Not quite that far. Get back into Pro. When we first go in to PowerTeacher Pro, you'll notice that it's defaulting to F1. You can come up here and switch it to Q1 or whatever quarter you want if you want to be specific to those terms. But I also wanted to show you this. When you do go to that drop down, it gives you the dates for each of these terms. So I tell you that because a lot of times with like an exam grade, you got to remember that PowerTeacher Pro is just as date specific as Gradebook was last year. So to have something show up in E1, you'll have to give it an assignment date between those dates. In this particular case, it's January 14th through January the 23rd. And the exam would have to fall in that date range. Okay, that was your little extra. So I appreciate you. Thank you for watching the video. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. You can email me at ryan.miller@orange.k12.nc.us. But also feel free to reach out to your DLC. They should be able to help you as well. Thank you so much.